any call out. Better be ready to go to one till we fall out. 0 to 60 like ludicrous, we came to roll out. You know I gotta get my ticket.
It's Madden NFL 24, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Chargers and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak. Want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Kene Nwangu. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator,
comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. This is 2nd and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. From the 50, here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Gets around him and shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Chargers have taken the lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 10-7. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, They threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On first down, it's Fields. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Herbert now. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Fields can't get away, and he's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable here for Davis. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he's got this down to the 35. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
2nd down and 6 now. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It was another typical season for Williams last year. Big-time playmaking and also an injury that kept him off the field for a few games. Still put up just under 900 yards to lead Los Angeles, and he picks up the first with that catch.
Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time, because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
2nd and 10, Fields again. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Fields, and the throw here caught by Addison. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Swings this out for Hunt. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A little juke. There's a nice move. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. Here's Fields. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Lions who hold on to the lead in that one. Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Green Bay to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. It was Austin Eckler who was the star of that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay,
this is certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. A solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Moore, the man in motion. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's taken down inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. And nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now it's Fields. And it's going to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And the pressure gets to him again. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the field goal there counts what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the play?
Davis fighting. He loses the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, you're no longer really worried about making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just talking about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football. especially, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage, and a safety or two is going to be there as well.
Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. And this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the fourth.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Wentz now on first down. And this is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On second down, this is Madison. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On first down, Justin Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now it's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You
don't deserve anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Herbert now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 4, a minute 37 remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Wentz. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. So with that need 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you watch that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They played turnover free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't able to really run away with this game. So that tells us just how important it was to make sure you played mistake-free football. That led to the victory.
So for the Chargers, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.